Hello, good morning, and welcome all of you to my YouTube channel, Animals and Pets with Partha. Today I am going to talk to you about the syndicate's GST. It's not the same GST that we are so aware of, that all our, goods and services tax. It is the gift and services tax, without which the syndicate would not approve of anything. Well, more than 2 decades ago, the gift and services tax was started by the syndicate in the dog world of India. And anything that you wanted to do was possible if you pay the taxes. The taxes, the gifts could be of any kind. It could be monetary, it could be, any, jewelry or whatever. But all this had to be paid, and then you want to become a judge, you want to register a dog for the, out of line, means like if the normal registration time was 1 month, you could have it done in 2 days or 1 day or a few hours. Depends on what the gifts and services tax you pay. So this what happened, there were lots of judges, some of the judges, not all. There are some wonderful judges who have brought good name to this country when they travel around the world, and they're very capable. But many of them, but anyway, they were still also, may not have been spared. I think maybe the gifts amount could be, or the criteria could be different, but without paying the taxes, it was I think it was impossible to become a judge. Anyway, I am quite, I don't know exactly, because I became a judge without paying the GST to the syndicate of the Indian dog world. I'm told that some of the judges have to, the services and goods, what they have to pay. Some have paid them lying down, some have paid them sitting in a chair, some of them paid them even leaning down. So, what sort of criteria, I'm really not aware of the GST of the dog world syndicate. Well, I know there were special GST drives conducted, the special gifts and services tax drive. In fact, in August of 2019, there was one conducted. And in that, special people were invited over telephone and other things. And the minimum, entry-level tax was 1 lakh of rupees. So it's all, and other things, of course. So this has been continuing for over the years, and it's unfortunate that the dog game of India had to suffer. Anyway, means the fastest now there is a lot of demand for good judges, a lot of demand for judges, in fact. So I'm told a judge became the fastest a judge became Aldridge judge was 14 months, which is goes into the records of the Indian dog. Well, I became a judge a long time back. I'm very fortunate that my people who actually tested me were Maharajas and elite people in the Indian dog world, who gave me the very special honor to become a judge at a very young age. Of course, judging is a very, very trying and very, very I would say a serious matter, because when you judge, when you do dog judging, you spend your own time, your energy, and your you are away from home for several days, and then end of the day, you get what you get is, if the exhibitors think you've done a good job, you'll get a lot of hellos and thank yous, and that's it. And the club may just give you a memento. But for this, you got to study. It means every time I was invited, whether in India or outside, I always studied what sort of dogs to come, what I would go through my standards again and again, and I would try to equip myself so that I can do justice to the people who paid money to come and enter their dogs under me. Rather, I am very obliged to the people in India and around the world who have exhibited their dogs under me. I do not know if I'm sure I must have made mistakes, but they must be all genuine mistakes. I hope I'm forgiven for the wrongs I may have done unknowingly. But nevertheless, the syndicate, of course, with the gifts and services tax they introduced huge fees and everything that came about. So, when the exhibitors who wanted to win paying gifts and services tax, a part of that was paid to the judges, because judges are the most important person in the dog show who could, by raising a finger, can put a dog up or put a dog down. So, a huge amount of fees. Now, all this money, how will the organizers get that money? So, there was a simple solution. The people who are paying this gifts and services tax to the syndicate for making their mediocre or bad dogs win, what they did was, the amount that was paid, a portion was paid to the club. Then the club secretaries made some money. The stooges and the sycophants who actually serviced this syndicate all along were spineless people who actually participated in the destruction of this dog world of India. So it's in those days when we started judging, or most places around the world, you never get paid for for your services. So it's the honor, it's the passion that drives you, and that passion, is to earn a name is not easy, because see, I will just point out, it means no judges or no judge, dog show judge, has the liberty to put in more winners than it is scheduled. So if I put up 100 winners and 100 losers, any other judge will also have to put 100 winners and 100 losers. So you can't change that equation. And only thing that changes is which dogs you put up and which dogs the other judges put up. Many years ago, when I started off in my judging career and I was judging one of the shows abroad, till then I was in the opinion that I was sort of a very special judge, because I would get more exhibitors entering for my shows, and I would see a lot of happy people around me. So in a company of judges abroad, a very good friend of mine, I would say one of my best friends now, because he did me a great favor. Though I'm not in touch with him all the time, but of course he's a dear friend. And I had just mentioned in front of all the judges, I think I am able to please the exhibitors, a little more, or something like that. Immediately he reiterated and said, "What do you do, Partha? Do you do striptease?" It struck me. Means it is, so you are nothing, you are not special, you are just an ordinary dog judge. And you have to be humble. There are various other ways you can impress your exhibitor. The only way you can impress your exhibitors is you have to know the subject you are assigned to judge. You have to know all the breeds. You have to be careful. You have to be afraid that I am prone to make mistakes. And so you must give the dogs a thorough look. And the other thing that I would say is that very incident, that very sentence, that what do you do, Partha? Do you do striptease? Now that changed my outlook to judging. And I realized that the only way I could survive in this dog world and be invited and called back to judge was only one factor, that I would have to be acceptable. My judging, my actions, my words, my behavior must be acceptable to the exhibitors. And that is the only way. You have to judge according to the breed standards, come what may, and then only end of the day, or you would get some sort of recognition or appreciation. So my message to all the newcomers who are going to be judging shortly in all the dog shows that are going to happen across the length and breadth of this country. It's not easy. It's not that you wear a nice expensive suit, or you put on a cowboy hat and then you go into the ring and you walk up and down and raise fingers at dogs that are going to make you a good judge. You can only become a good judge if you study. You study your breeds, you know your breeds thoroughly. Remember, most of the breeders of these breeds, senior breeders, I don't say the commercial people who actually will be promoting only the dogs that they have most and they want to sell. So they want to sell what they actually produce. So I am not talking of them. I am talking of the passionate people who actually are dog lovers and are purebred, want to preserve these breeds according to the standards laid down. So it's not easy. So every day, whenever I was invited to judge, I would get things running in my mind. If I had to go to a country where they had a native breed or something, I would like to learn about them, because you may suddenly be given an assignment to judge the native breeds, and then you are nowhere. Like I mentioned, there were many such examples that have happened in my life, but one of them I would like to mention before I sign off today is I was invited to judge I've judged in Taiwan many times, but one of these times when I went, I was handed a bunch of papers of the Taiwan dog. It was no photographs, nothing, only written document. So, and you said you are going to be judging the Taiwan dog, and the entries were about 55. So you understand that this Taiwan dog, I didn't know anything about, never seen anything of that before. But fortunately, I had my little tab, the little iPad, and then the internet in Taiwan hotel was really fast. So I logged on to Taiwan dog, and I got hundreds of pictures of them. So I could visualize what is a correct looking Taiwan dog. And I associated all the papers that was handed over to me to learn about the Taiwan dog. So next morning when I went into judge and did the Taiwan dogs, end of the day, people appreciated and said, any Taiwanese judge who knows this breed would have placed the same dogs as you placed them. So that was a great compliment. Do I become an expert on Taiwan dogs? No. But point is, it's my effort. It's my that's how I have been trained, and to study, and then only I would like to give proper value for money for the exhibitors who enter under me. For the present, I'm not judging any dog shows. I would be judging maybe in future, but this is my message to the new judges. It is, make this dog game in India great. We were great at one time. We went through a period where the syndicate looted everybody. Now is the time that we are realized it, and we are not going to cite the syndicate anymore. Let us all pledge to make this Indian dog game a great dog game. Let us all be allowed to pursue their passion in the best possible manner. With this, I sign off today. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and also press on the bell button so that you are notified as soon as my new uploads are there for you to listen or see. With this, the dog people of India, my salute to them, and I wish they come forward all to be understanding, be compassionate, be supporting to this dog world, which is which is undergoing a renaissance, and the dog world will emerge finally, and Indian dog world will be one of the greatest in the world in times to come. Bye for now.